Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you already know who I am, thank you for being here again. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and share this video. My name is Kimberly. Thank you for being here. For today's video, we are going to show you guys our way of making tortas ahogadas. If you don't know what tortas ahogadas are, it's a torta, and it comes from Jalisco. For today's video, I'm not going to be alone. I have a very special guest, and it is my mom.
Hi everybody, hola.
This is my mom. Mom, what's your name?
Elisa.
Her name is Elisa, and she is the best cook I know. So she is going to be teaching me and teaching you guys at the same time to make these tortas ahogadas. And we have another little thing that we're going to make aside from that. We're going to make a dessert. What's a dessert?
Flan.
We're going to teach you guys how to make flan. So if you guys want to learn how to make tortas ahogadas and flan, stay tuned. So we are going to show you all the ingredients that we are going to need for the tortas. So in here we have about 8 tomatoes. In here we have chile de árbol. We have oregano. We have garlic. And we have a clove. We have chicken broth. We have salt, 1 onion, sea salt. We have 1 onion, 3 limes, 2 loaves of French bread, and you're going to need carnitas. These are from our local Elgin Fresh Market, and we grabbed about a little bit over 2 pounds of carnitas. Need a cutting board, a knife, and a bowl for the salsa, for the chile, and the bread.
Beans.
We are also going to need beans, but we already have ours made.
Fried.
Just to make it...
Fried beans.
Yes, fried beans, just to make it things faster.
Ahorita vamos a preparar los jitomates porque los tenemos que hervir en agua por un buen rato. So es lo que vamos a hacer primero, quitarle esto. Después de que los lavamos bien lavaditos y te lavaste las manos bien lavaditas. So los partes.
Make sure you guys wash your hands before you do this.
Le vamos a poner agua hasta que tape los jitomates.
So what my mom did is she chopped up about 8 tomatoes in half. She's going to fill the pot with water, and she's going to put them on the stove so they can boil.
Mientras hacemos lo demás.
Put your tomatoes on high heat and cover them. This is not the right lid for this, but who cares?
Vamos a preparar el chile para las tortas ahogadas, para que estén picositas. Algunos chiles tienen la colita, so tenemos que quitársela y tirarla. Otros ya se los quitamos. So vamos a ponerle agua y lo vamos a poner a hervir también.
So those chiles de árbol, you can cut off the tails if they do come with tails. And then same thing with the tomatoes, add water and then have them boil on the stove. Meanwhile that we wait for the tomatoes and the chile de árbol to boil, we are going to cut our bread in pieces, and we are also going to take the carnitas and we are going to shred them. So the more harder the bread is, the better, because if it's soft and it's like very squishy, when you dip it in the sauce, it's gonna get really soggy and it's just not gonna work. So the harder the bread, the better. But these are the only 2 that we found at the stores. We're gonna make this work. We're gonna take our loaf of bread and we are going to cut it into 4 pieces. So first, you start off by cutting it down the middle. My hands are washed, so don't even say anything. Start by cutting it off the middle and then cut all of these in half. This is about the size that you want your pieces of bread to be. Then you're going to take your pieces and you're going to cut them starting from here, and you're going to cut it so it can open up. About right there, and they open up like this. Same thing with all the rest of them. Now that you have your bread ready, the next step is shredding the carnitas. This is what the carnitas are. It's pretty much just pork This is what your carnitas should look like. So now that the chile de árbol is boiling like this, that means that it's ready. So the way to know that your tomatoes are ready is that they look like this and they're squishy and very soft. You can poke them with a knife if you want to, and if the knife goes through, that means it's ready.
So vamos a moler ya el jitomate de una vez.
So take your tomatoes and throw them into the blender. This is going to make the sauce.
La salsa para ahogar las tortas.
It's called Tortas Ahogadas, which means like drowned tortas.
Un poquito de jugo solamente, un poquito, no mucho.
Be careful not to burn yourself.
Diles que ponga solo un poquito para que no salga tan espesa y tan aguada. Poquito orégano.
Oregano.
Poquito, no mucho, como lo que agarra tus 5 dedos.
Take your 5 fingers and grab some oregano, whatever it
5 and
has.
another 3. Para 8 jitomates, porque después queda bien fuerte a sabor a orégano.
Now that your tomatoes are in the blender, you take just a pinch of oregano and you put it in here. You take some salt and, until your ancestors tell you to stop. Porque hay tantearle.
Vamos a ponerle solo un poquito de nuez suiza. No mucho, solo como así, de nuez suiza. 3/4.
So cut up half an onion to go inside of the salsa, or the sauce. Now to cut your onion, you can leave them just like this and just throw them into the sauce like that. Or you can cut them in little pieces, whatever you prefer. Doesn't really matter. This is what your salsa should look like, just with some pieces of onion thrown in there. Okay, so throw in your chile de árbol into the blender. Throw in a garlic and throw in a clove.
Después sal al gusto.
However much salt you prefer or you wish. Now that the chile is ready, you take a strainer above a bowl so it can capture the seeds. This is the chile that has everybody in your house coughing up a storm. You can add a little bit more water so it can strain easier. This is what it should look like. It's just watery because you took out you strained out all the seeds. Next is you cut up some limones, some limes, but this is optional, only if you want. At the end when the torta is all ready, you can add some lime on top of it. So this step is optional, but we like to put lime on our tortas. So this is another thing that is optional. You can cut onions this thin, just like this, in a plate. And you can add these with lemon, and you can add these at the end on top of your torta. So if you like it, with a little bit of oregano. So this step is optional.
Se le agrega también poquita sal. Y limón.
Okay, so this is all that you should have for your tortas, all that you need. So we have the sauce to drown the torta in. We have the chile. We have the onions with lemon, or onions with lime. We have our beans, we have our limes, we have our carnitas, and we have our bread. We are going to prepare the bread with some beans. Spread some beans on the bread. That way they're ready once we prepare the whole thing. What you do is you take some frijoles, some beans, and you spread it on the bread.
Actually, it's fried beans.
Fried beans, same thing.
And keep going hasta que termines de rellenarlos.
So everything for the tortas are now ready. So I'm going to be the tester of this. This is one of my favorite dishes. So I'm gonna teach you guys how I prepare my torta and how I like it. And then I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna tell you guys how it tastes. So I'm going to take the bread that I chose, this one. It already has the beans ready inside. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some carnitas and I'm going to just throw them in here. Just like this. This is as much carnitas as you want. That's a good amount of carnitas for mine. Now that I have my carnitas in here, I'm going to close it and I'm going to take some clamps. I don't know what these are called, clamps. And I'm going to clamp it down. So this is why they call these tortas ahogadas, drowned tortas, because you grab them like this and you have to dip it inside of the sauce that we made, the tomato sauce. Move it around, move it around. We didn't make enough salsa because it's supposed to drown all the way in, but you can just do this. So this is what it should look like. And you take it to your plate. Careful because the sauce is hot. So if you want more sauce, you can take more sauce and you can just spread it. Just let it fall on the torta just like this. In Mexico, they do things kind of differently. You can ask them if you want it medium spicy or like really spicy. If you want it really spicy, they use the chile that we made and they dip the torta inside the chile instead of the tomato sauce one. But that's if you want it extra spicy, but I don't want it extra spicy. So what I did is I dipped it into the tomato sauce and then I'm going to take the chile and I'm going to spread some across the top of the torta. I'm going to take some chile and I'm going to just let it fall on top of the torta. Now be careful because this is made of just chile de árbol, so it's really spicy. Then I'm going to take some lime and I'm going to squeeze some on top. I love putting lime on the torta. It just gives it the extra kick. The next step is to just put some of the onion with lime that we made. Oops. And just sprinkle some on top. I don't like that much onion, so this is how I like my torta. Alright, so now I have my torta ready the way I like it. And so now I'm going to take the first bite. It's very messy, so just be careful. Bomb. I could use a little bit more chile. So I'm gonna put a little bit more. You know me, Latina, I love spicy. I'm gonna take another bite. Bomb. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for staying tuned. If you did make it this far, we are going to teach you how to make flan. The way that I'm going to make this flan is the steamed way, which is the original way to make flan. A lot of people make the flan and then put it in the oven. You can do that, but I'm going to show you how to make it the steamed way. And we are going to need sweetened condensed milk, evaporated milk, 8 ounces of cream cheese, 5 eggs, and sugar. First thing for the flan is to take your sugar and put it in an empty pan, and we are going to dissolve it, kind of like caramelize the sugar.
Entonces, mira.
It should start to be looking like this.
Tenemos que deshacer todos las bolitas.
You have to try and get rid all of those little sugar clumps.
Bajamos el fuego ahorita.
Be careful on making this because if the caramel or the sugar bounces up on your skin, it can really burn you and it'll lift up your skin. So be very careful while making this.
So, ahorita tiene que agarrar este color y ya no tenerlos, ¿sí? So, lo que vamos a hacer ahora es hacer esto. Vaciarlo en el contenedor para que sea nuestra base.
This is the base of the flan.
Sí, es el caramelo que va arriba. Tratamos de cubrir la parte de abajo, toda la parte de abajo. Rápido, porque después se hace hard. Ya se hizo hard. Done.
Okay. Now that you have your caramelized sugar in your pan, make sure you have like a glass pan or a metal pan because you're gonna put it inside like of a bigger pot so it can steam up. So this is what it should look like. You're going to take your blender and you're going to put all of your ingredients inside the blender, which is 8 ounces of cream cheese inside the blender. It's going to be 5 eggs. You're going to take your evaporated milk and you're going to pour all of it inside of the blender. You're going to take your sweetened condensed milk and you're going to put all of this also in the blender. See? I was about to lick it off my finger.
También si quieren otro poquito más de sabor pueden agregarle una cucharada de vainilla. Y si lo quieren un poquito más azucarado pueden ponerle 2 cucharadas de azúcar. Pero para nosotros es suficiente solo una lechera, que eso le da lo dulce. So no necesitamos más azúcar.
So for my non-Spanish speakers, what my mom just said is that you can also use vanilla extract and put some drops into the blender to give it more of a flavor, and you can also use sugar and you can add more sugar if you want it more sweet. Now that you have everything inside of your blender, you are going to blend it. Pour this inside of this slowly. So that's basically all you gotta do once you pour it in here. Now we are going to cover it with aluminum foil. Okay, so you have to make sure to cover it really good with aluminum foil. So what I did is I'm going to cover it like with a cross. So I put one across like this, and I'm taking another one and I'm putting it the opposite way. Okay, so now that you have everything covered really nicely, we're going to take this and we're going to put it inside of our pot. It doesn't have to be this big, but it does have to be enough for it to, fit in and also give it a good steam. So we put some water in there, and then we also put this for the plate to sit on top of. Slowly, be careful not to burn yourself, because the pot is on, or the stove is on. So now that it is in there, you are going to have it on high heat.
Primero high y después medium.
You are going to have it right now for a little bit on high heat, and you are still going to cover this with aluminum foil.
Después lo vamos a poner a medium.
Okay, so now that you have it on inside of your pot and covered with the lid, you're going to leave it in there for an hour and 30 minutes. But in 1 hour, we're going to come back and we're going to check on how it's doing. But usually it takes about an hour and 30 minutes to do. So we are going to leave this in here, and I'm going to come back and I'll show you guys what it looks like.
1 hour later.
Okay, be careful because it's obviously very hot. So I feel like my phone's gonna steam up.
La manera de checarlo es que lo abrimos un poquito, metemos el cuchillo
Poke the knife.
y si sale seco es que ya está.
Just like a cake, like you know how you stick a toothpick in or something, and if it's dry, it's ready. If it's not dry, then you leave it a little bit more.
Les dices que lo tiene que sacar con muchísimo cuidado.
It smells delicious.
¿Cómo se debe por encima? Ahora vamos a cortarle un poquito antes de que se enfríe para que no se pegue. ¿No ves cómo se mueve? Está perfecto.
So we have the flan out already. You obviously have to let it cool down because obviously we just took it out of the pot, so it's really hot. So you have to let it cool down about 10 to 15 minutes, and then it'll be ready.
A few moments later.
Now it is cooled down. So now what you do is you put another plate on top of it, and you have to grab it like really like firmly, and then you have to flip it over. A ver, enséñanos cómo es.
Don't even think about it, just do it.
Hazlo tú.
You gonna do it?
Yeah.
¿Está bien?
No. Ya les enseño, mira, así se ve. Yeah, ¿sí quedó? Sí quedó.
So this is what it should look like, and my mom's gonna take a little piece out. It's okay if it ripped, it's fine.
Todavía está calientito.
Yeah. We are going to test this little piece out.
Quedó riquísimo.
It's bomb.
No está ni tan dulce ni tan... No está perfect.
And the ¿cómo se dice?
La consistencia.
The consistency.
La
How do you say
consistencia.
it? The consistency.
Está perfect.
The consistency.
La consistencia.
The consistency.
Conse
How do you say it in English?
La consistencia, right?
Consistency. Yeah. The
Está...
consistency is perfect. ¿Ya no te lo cabes?
Este es un flan de queso. Pueden hacerlo con otra, sin queso. Otras personas lo puedes hacer un flan normal, con puro huevo, lechera y leche condensada. Pero a nosotros nos gusta agregarle el queso crema, que eso le da un sabor diferente. So, esto es un flan de queso. ¿Verdad, Kimi? Explícales. ¿En inglés?
¿Qué dijiste?
Que pueden hacerlo también sin quesos.
¿Ya están los frijoles?
No.
Thank you guys for watching. That is the end of the video. Hope you guys learned how to make tortas ahogadas and flan. If you do remake this recipe, post it and tag me. I want to see what you guys came up with. So thank you guys for watching again. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let me know down below in the comments if you guys want to see more of these videos, more cooking videos. If you want to see my mom in more videos, we can do that for you. So let us know down in the comments. Also, a big thank you to my mom for being in my video. How was it?
Good.
Was it fun?
Well,
Are you nervous?
Sí.
She did awesome. Like I said, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.